you're the love of my life, and I ain't excited tonight to give you.
Yeah, so welcome back. Like I said, we have a very beautiful guest in the building, and she's a lawyer. She's Alero Ejeyi.
Hi,
Did
good
I pronounce
morning.
it properly?
Yes,
Yeah, so
Alero
welcome.
J.
Yeah, welcome to Breakfast in
Thank
Bed.
you for having me
Yeah,
here.
nice,
I'm
nice having you
excited
this
to
morning.
be here.
So our topic for today will be side hustle culture survivor, or is it a passion? That's a very dicey one. But we'll go into, before we go into that, we had a topic that I would like to discuss with our lawyer in the building.
Okay.
So earlier we had the socials. So a lady, a disabled lady, made a video about her ex-husband coming
I saw the video.
forcefully take the children away. So we just want to know your side of this whole story.
Okay, so I really don't know the facts of
Yeah.
the case. I don't know how old these children
Yeah.
are. I did see a few comments below. I saw one that said there was a court order that granted custody to the man and she had been denying him access to the kids. But then I also saw comments that said the children were very young. And at that stage, I think they need their mother more than they need their father. So I really don't know the facts of the case. But if we're going by the video, I feel that was very tacky on the part of the man, because at the end of the day, you both have kids. And at some point, you were both married to each other. There was love in that marriage.
Yeah.
There should be a way you both can come to a very good understanding on how the children can grow up in a lovely environment. So I think it was tacky on the side of the man, although I cannot say, for sure, because we don't know the full facts of the case, and I don't like going off what I just see on social media. But if we want to go by that video, I just feel that they could have a dialogue on how to go about it and bring in boys to drag your kids. I think I even heard them crying in the background. It was a whole lot. It was really messy.
Yeah, so like I've heard from our lawyer, she said there are basically other ways to settle issues. You don't have to come around and wanting to do things forcefully, like have discussions, like have a roundtable discussion.
Yeah.
Like, how do I get custody of my kids? And obviously everybody would smile at the end of the day, but not wanting to just come on to our doorstep and take, like I would say, a source of happiness away, so it's not proper. So let's get into today's conversation. So side hustle as a culture, do you see it as a survivor or something people have passion for?
Personally,
Yeah.
I think side hustle for me is more of passion.
Okay.
However, I understand that in Nigeria, the present situation that we are in, for most people, it's born out of necessity.
Okay.
It's more of, extra income for me. But, that doesn't mean that you can't, get to know what you're actually good at from, having a side also from survival, Sometimes it can be both. It could be that you want to generate extra income, and at the same time, you're trying to build your passion, you're trying to build a dream for yourself. So I don't think we should box it into just, it's either passion or survival. It could be both. It could even be neither of the two. It could be that some people, they just have extra time in their hand. They want to try their hands into new things. It could be curiosity. So boxing it into just survival, passion is like, trivializing the whole idea of a side hustle, because there are side hustles that grow into really big things. So I think it goes beyond passion and survival. But personally, I think it's, for me, I think side hustle has to do with passion.
Okay.
So I think before now, with where we are in this country, side hustle has always been like a thing of like a survival. Like you don't have a choice. You have to find something to do to survive on, because some people that are working with private and government,
We've seen people
they
even
can't
leave what
exactly
they
they
just
can't
to focus on.
they can't depend on that.
Yeah.
So they have to find something to survive on. But now it is not like a passion. And when we say passion, we're talking about content creator. When we say passion, we're talking about maybe handcrafting. But then survival, you have to like either open a shop, or you have to find something to sell. And this thing became like a passion, I think, during the lockdown. Yes.
Yeah.
It became a passion. Like, that's why I'm like, for me, I will stand on the side of survival. Because side hustle, you have to survive on something. You can't depend on one income, especially being a man or single father or single mother.
For me, I would say it has to be survival, because obviously the present economy of our country requires you to do something extra, because we've seen people who actually do like what they actually went to school to study and obviously do it, but at the end of the day it's actually not paying them. But it's not paying them enough compared to someone who obviously didn't even go to school, and obviously he has like this, like you said, and craft, and obviously is making waves. And so how do we balance it, like doing your normal 9 to 5 or whatever you have doing, like you went to school to do, and wanting to do that side also, like how do we balance it?
Well, I would say it's not easy.
Yeah.
Personally, I have an NGO that I run by the
Okay.
side. It's so empowering young girls. And that was why I said that most side hustles are not for survival or for generating income. Sometimes it's just passion. You want to
leave
build
impact.
something, yeah. So for me, it's not easy, having a 9 to 5, it's not easy. But, that's where the driving force matters. So it depends on in my opinion, it depends on your driving force. What is driving you to have that side hustle? Is it money? Is it, like you said, survival, to generate extra income? Is it passion? So that driving force is what fuels you through those days that are not easy, And like I would say, nothing good in life comes easy. If, especially generally in Nigeria, nothing is easy right now. Nothing is easy. Even having a 9 to 5 is not easy. Talk less of combining it with a side hustle. So I would say at the end, it is what the driving force is that helps you through the difficulty of juggling both. If you know that you have to survive, I need extra income, that's the extra push. If you know it's your passion, you love what you're doing, that's the extra push that you get. So that's what I feel.
So how does this passion play in motivating you?
Me, I would say for me, passion is loving what I do. And when you enjoy what you do, it's not always a bed of roses, obviously, but it's how do I put it now? When I get to certain difficult positions, I just tell myself, I love doing this thing. I love doing it. I think at the end of the day, what helps me is when I see, for my NGO, when I see young girls being impacted, it's a driving force for me. So it's what pushes me, it's what helps me. Law also is a passion that I have. I love to learn more every day as much as possible. So I think those are the things that help me personally go through those tough, difficult times.
So from the scratch, did you study law, or was it just something you just jumped into?
Oh, my story is very long because I initially got admission for English language into Obafemi Awolowo University, but then I wanted to study. That's where the passion thing comes in. I can't do anything in life without having passion for it. I remember being in English language my first year and my second year, just trying to get law. And I remember getting law. My name came out on the merit list when we were writing my second year, part 2 final exams, and I was so excited. My mates were going to part 3. I started from part 1, 5 years, and I tell people that it is the best decision I made, one of the best decisions I made in life, because I can't imagine myself not being a lawyer. It's one of the, so for me, that's why I started with that. For me, every decision I've made in life, most times is backed by passion,
So would you advise someone, like, just telling them, do you know that at a point you would need like a side also? So not like you just focusing on just that one thing you want to do, like have that background at one time.
Not because it's your own passion, like you said, the economy of the country. How would you advise them?
So the truth is, what works for me may not work for you, and I always put that in mind when I'm advising people or talking to people about something. I will definitely advise every young person in Nigeria, if you have a steady income and you have looked at your lifestyle, you have looked at your bills, and you've sat down and you can't sustain that lifestyle with your salary, the logical thing to do is obviously get a side hustle. So that's what I would advise anyone. If you look at your salary, we hear people talking about, I think there was a statistics that said maybe 60-70% of Nigerians earn below 300,000
Oh, yeah.
or so. So if you are not earning, if your people earn 70K, 80K, so it's not realistic. Except even if your house is opposite your office, you will still eat food.
Yeah, you will, yeah.
You will still,
Do one or two
buy
things,
fuel
yeah.
in your generator.
Yeah.
You will still want to buy clothes.
You buy clothes, yeah.
Yeah. Your friends are going out. You still
you
want
want
to
to
go
look
out
good.
with
At least
them.
for upkeep too, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think at that point in time, you have to get a side hustle. But if you have a steady income, a good job that pays you well, after you take out all your bills, everything, you're still even able to save money, and you don't necessarily see the need to, like I said, it's not everyone that is doing the side hustle
Yeah.
for survival. If you're okay with your income, then why not? Yeah, so that's what I would advise. Look at your pockets.
before doing
Before,
anything.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, so so
That's
before we
true.
go, so I just want to just advise people who have intentions of skipping one for one, and people who have intentions of merging the both of them together. Just put them through on how they can actually do the both together.
How they can merge.
Yeah.
I think you just have to think hard first of all. Think hard. What do you like doing? Because even to get a side hustle, you need to know what it is that you like doing. That doesn't mean it's a passion. What you're good at. Am I good at digital marketing? And then when you make that decision that, okay, I think I'm good at digital marketing. I think I'm good at fashion. I think I'm good at writing. There are freelance gigs that you can do writing, graphic designing. Figure out what you are good at, and then try and also be practical whether your job will allow you, because you can't say because you're doing a side hustle, your main job suffers.
Yeah.
So it's not something you on the spot. It's something you have to think through and weigh all your options very well. But make sure that whatever you're picking as a side hustle, it's something that you are good at. Otherwise, the person may actually not succeed in that field. So it has to be something you're good at. Not necessarily something that you like or you're passionate about, but something you're good at. Be practical, and I think that's what I can just tell anyone that is looking to have a side hustle and a main job.
All right. So as you have heard from our lawyer, she said it has to do with your mindset and something you want to do, not just you dishing one from one. And if you feel like, oh, you can do the both of them together, fine. There's no problem as long as you're making the income and you're satisfied with yourself. So that's all we can take on the word of in our breakfast in bed
And
today.
it's so good to have you here to
Thank
let
you.
us know how we can balance it and how we can maneuver around it. Yeah, it's so good to have you, and thanks
So thank
for
you,
calling.
our lawyer.
Thank you.
And
Lawyer,
I am
and-
Adedayo Kendi. I'll see you next weekend.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.